So there are 5 features that need to return back to TVs, particularly the 4K realm of things, and I'm just going to jump right on in, so smack a like on this video for not wasting your time, starting with number 1. HDR needs to come back in the way of the SDR to HDR remaster. Back in the day, LG even had a feature called HDR Effect, Samsung called it HDR Plus. Everybody was trying to do a different take on getting SDR to look like HDR, and it actually really worked. Right down to even Sony having a feature baked into their cinema home preset on TVs like the 900E, basically the entire E series at the highest end. And you were able to get beautiful picture quality that just still to this day, just it baffles the mind. It almost can't be beat for an HDR to SDR, or rather SDR to HDR comparison tool. Now, next on this list would be something that maybe would be a little bit controversial for those that don't like motion processing, but I'd love to see the 960 hertz thing come back, at least as far as the motion processing. But I'd see it like come back in a better way, where we have a toggleable option where we can go between 240, 480, 900, whatever we want, right? Because too often are we just stuck with the 240 hertz and then that's all you get, and then that doesn't really do the job. And I also wish that there was a way to limit the native refresh rate of a panel to, let's say, manually I only want it to output 60 hertz. That would be very, very useful for a lot of people. And so hopefully that's something that we can see, but again, who knows? Now, in terms of features I'd like to see return, I would love to see illuminated logos come back, because that was one of the most high-end features that let you know you bought a high-quality set. I know Sony didn't really have illuminated logos, but they used to have that little blue LED at the bottom that just really looked nice, right? And it was like more of a statement, if anything, when you had a Sony TV and the beautiful blue Bravia light would come on. Samsung would have their names come on in white lights like on the KS series of televisions. It was indicative of a really high-end television that we just don't have nowadays on the market. Now, another feature I would love to see come back desperately is passive 3D. I don't know why they've stopped. I think it needs to come back. Not active, the glasses with the battery, a little cumbersome, but passive 3D, it needs to come back. I mean, the tech is out there. People love it. We all still own the Blu-ray players, or bring Blu-ray players back. They're busy killing them off. Be smart about it. Bring it back. Give people a reason to want to buy and invest in things again. Then maybe you'd see a shift in the market, but they're still pushing streaming everywhere, so we're likely just going to see this spiral out of control until people realize they have no rights on these digital app stores, like we saw with Sony when they shut down their app store and people lost a lot of their purchases. So yeah, not great. But moving right along, another thing I would love to see return back is literally the black level feature. So black level features are basically, you can go in and do black adjustment, and Sony has one still to this day, which is fantastic. Samsung used to have one. It'd be nice to see that come back. LG needs one. This allows you to be able to really hone your picture and get a lot out of it. And I also would like to see some manual control over the processing chip, like what we see on Sony, where you're allowed to literally go into through the reality creation and sharpen things and smooth things. That would be very useful. Now, ultimately, all of these features are what they are, but at the end of the day, they make TVs have a higher proposition value, in my opinion, than what we have today. And I think last on my list, what I would love to see come back is the conversation of bit depth, because I only see us talking about pushing the refresh rates. I expect that's going to be a heavy conversation in 2025 for gamers. Oh, we've got the RTX, 5090 launching, and we've got the brand new, 165 hertz TVs and stupid crap like that. I would rather see them say, we've done it. We've got the world's first 12-bit panels. We're getting away from 10-bit, 12 bits here, and it covers 100% BT 2020. Do you realize the amount of amazing awesomeness that would be? See, that's the conversation I would love to see in 2025 and years prior, or years beyond. But again, that starts with, you, the viewers, and everybody at home watching. So that being said, I want to thank you guys so much for watching the #1 brand in honesty, and I want to know what you guys thought about this. Listen in the comments down below. As always, until the next video, I'll see you guys later.